Hello everyone, welcome to my last video of the year, and yes, it is finally ending, but I want to leave you with something that is long lasting, clean and modern that you could use on your streams, and it is going to be a nice animated camera HUD that could sit below or above your camera. So to do this, we're going to be doing two things. The first part is the design, which I'm going to be using Affinity Designer to do it, and I will leave all the templates for you to download on the Discord. You could use Photoshop or whatever, all the templates will be there. The second part will be the animation, and I'm going to be using After Effects to animate a couple of icons just to give it a little bit of a twist, keep it catchy. So without wasting any time, let's head into it and see what we can come up with. Alright, so here we are in Affinity Designer, and the first thing you want to do is insert a picture of yourself. That is 1920 by 1080, which is going to be a reference of your camera on stream, and then size it down to whatever size you prefer or you think your camera should be. I'm going to go ahead and center it, zoom in. And the second thing I want you to do is go ahead and import all the icons that you think you are going to need. For example, I imported all my social media icons, the star for subscribers and a heart for followers. That's going to be it for now, and then I want you to make sure that your snapping tool is enabled. Then we're going to go ahead and select our rectangle tool, so that way it keeps the dimensions perfectly fit for us. I'm going to make sure it's about maybe this size. This is up to you really, and I kind of like this color. The next thing I want to do is duplicate this rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and size it to whatever size I think is best. I think this is fine, and then I'm going to change the color to a lighter shade of the same one. Now I'm going to select the big rectangle, copy it 3 times, and as you can see here, I want to choose the middle one and then move it down and leave a little bit of a nice clean line, which is going to be filled with the bottom layer that is the same color as that top blue color, just like that. And I can see a little bit of separation here, so I'm just going to move it down and we are good to go. Now easily I'm going to go ahead and select my social media icons, move them down here because I think this is a nice place for them. Make sure all the dimensions are nicely fit. I feel like this one is a little too big. And there you go. I'm gonna go ahead and move my star and my follower, which is the heart. I want to select all the background layers, which are the rectangles we made, as well as this one here, and group them all together. So that way you can just toggle them on and off without the icons. I'm going to use capital letters and follower. I will use a white color, and then move them back a little bit. This is looking good, and then the name would fit in here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste it, move it down, change this to subscriber, I can't spell, and then paste it again, move it up, and over here I could use whatever I want as a filler. And for me, I have something called King's Bounty on my stream, where every month it could be redeemed if our sub goal is hit, where a gift card will be given. So I'm gonna go ahead and add a chest. I think that's a nice representation. Make it white. This is nice. I kinda like this, looking good. Now in the middle here, you could either add your name or channel name, or you can put logo or whatever you prefer. I'm gonna go ahead and add my name for now, just to see how that would look. Just like that. If I toggle my logo on, yeah, you can definitely add your logo in if you would like, but I think I prefer the name. And what I'm gonna do is actually move my logo down here, give it a little bit of a blend mode, on screen mode. This is nice. Then I'm gonna go ahead and duplicate my background layer and then cut it in, so now it fits in nicely here, as you can see. Now what I want to do is select all the text as well as the background layer and group those together, and the crown. So that way I have my icons separate from the text and the background, because we're only going to be animating the icons. I do want to try something though. Let me try to extend this to the end here, change the colors to a nice background color here. I feel like this fits a lot better. Alright, the last thing I want to do is select the background layer, which I grouped with the text, and it's now separate from the icons. I'm going to go ahead and select it and select all the icons without the picture. I'm going to go ahead and copy that, Control C on my keyboard, and then from File, New to Clipboard, it will paste it in a new clip for me that is fitted perfectly, which I can export now in a PSD file or a PNG file, whichever you prefer, to import into After Effects. So here we are in After Effects, and all I want to do is drag and drop my PSD file and make sure it's in composition under editable layer style. Double click my composition here, and you have your layers and your icons all separated as you did in Affinity or Photoshop, whatever you like. And each thing that you grouped is now under a different composition. So what I want to do here is first go into the layer with my social media icons that are grouped, add a text layer right on top that says my social media tag. And what I want to do here is select my YouTube icon, hit the letter P, and use the position keyframe as a starting point, and then later on, maybe 1 second later, I want it to move down to the middle. And then we're going to go back to the beginning, select all the other layers and parent them to the YouTube layer. And what happens now is they all move together. Now this font is terrible, so I'm going to go ahead and choose something more nice and condensed. Alright, maybe slightly down more, like this. Here we go. Perfect. So when we go back in the original composition, now you can see it moves like so. Just zoom in, make sure our composition is selected, select our rectangle tool, and make a mask that is exactly fitted to the name and the icons. And that way the name and the icons will move, and sorry, the icons will move and the name will be displayed. And there you go. What you could do is go back in and copy this layer, and at 4 seconds it will return to the original position. That way the name is only displayed for a couple of seconds, and it's on a complete 30-second loop, so it will repeat every 30 seconds. Perfect. The next thing we want to animate are the star and the heart. They will be the exact same animation, so I'm only going to show you how to do one of them, which is the heart. All you want to do is make sure you toggle your switch modes on, and make sure you select 3D layer for both. Now when you hit the letter R, you will see a bunch of rotations, and you want to use the Y rotation. I'm gonna make a keyframe at 0, and at 2 seconds change it to 1 rotation. So it will take 2 seconds to rotate completely. Now I want to select my graphs here, and sometimes you do not see this line or a curve like this. So what you want to make sure is you toggle on show animated properties, and what we're going to do is move this line so it goes kind of slow and then fast. Alright, so once you settle on a specific shape and a nice rotation, then you can go back, and you want to make sure that you right click on the last keyframe here, go to keyframe assistant and hit easy ease, so it's a nice smooth motion. Right, now when you do the same thing for the star, what you want to do is select both of the keyframes for both of the icons, move them down a little bit to maybe 1 second, and then select only one of them and move it down even more, so that way they're not all in sync along with this, and it's kind of more consistent. This looks very neat, I like it, and I think we're pretty much done here. Well, that is it for this video, everybody. I hope you found it helpful. In fact, I hope you found any of this few videos I uploaded this year helpful, even just a little bit. That is all I want, and I do want to wish you a happy and better new year. So as always, all the templates for this video will be available for you for free Links are in the description, and if you want to get to know me a little bit better, you can hop into my Twitch. Links are also in the description. I do designs, we chat, we play games, a bunch of stuff. So I hope to see you there. Peace.